All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar from the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. All right, and first and foremost, before I hop into this lesson, I'm going to give all praises to the Most High in their true Hebrew names and in the Hebrew tongue. So, Kal Halayim, La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakwak Kwadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to the elder of this camp as well, Aharawan. And Shalom to you, brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping His truth and faith and sincerity into the end. All right. Now, this lesson, as you can see, is titled There is Power in Faith. You know, just going into how there, just as the title says, there is true power in faith, man, and faith in the one true God of Israel, our God, our power, which is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh, is the Father's name, meaning He exists, and Yahweh Shah, the Son's name, meaning He delivers, man. There is power in knowing those names and calling on those names in faith and in sincerity, man. So that's why the true names of the Lord are important, because these false idols and these false gods and these false religions and philosophies, they cannot save you, man. There's no power in these things. All right. So I'm going to get a few precepts. And the first one is coming out of the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 20. And it reads, And Yahweh Shah said unto them, Because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you, man. All right. So it says, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, man. All right. And a mustard seed is one of the smallest seeds, man. So this Lord is saying, if you have just this little bit of faith, man, you can say unto a mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you, man. All right. And you see that, right now in America, man, the sincere brothers in this truth, having faith and calling on Yahweh Hashem Shah and teaching this truth. You see us moving this, metaphorical mountain, America, out of the way, man. Removing this philosophies and lies and false gods and things out of our people's minds, man. Pulling our people up out of this place. All right. You see that, man, and that's all through the faith and the power of Yahweh Hashem Shah, man. You see people being freed from sin and, waking up to the fact that they are the Lord's chosen people, man. We're not niggas and immigrants and, and all these things that Esau calls us, man. All right, you see the power of faith and of truth, in the name of Yahweh Hashem Shah, in this truth, man. It's being in this truth and having those names, you can see the power of that faith, man. Brothers like being free from things that they've been dealing with their whole life, coming into this truth, man, and calling on that name of Yahweh Hashem Shah in faith, praying and asking the Lord for things, man. He give them to you and reveal things to you, man. Prime example, when I was kind of first coming to the camp, and the elder was telling me about chariots, and I never seen one before I heard about it, So I remember one night it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and it was just on my spirit to go outside. So I went outside, and it was night, right? But sometimes in the night you could still see clouds. So I'm looking up into the sky, and remember, it's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking up into the sky, and through faith, man. And just going back a little bit, the elder told me, you could pray and ask the Lord to show you a chariot, and He'll reveal them to you. So it's 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking up at the sky, and it's clouds. But in the midst of those clouds, I didn't say it with my mouth, but in my mind and in my heart, I prayed and asked the Lord to reveal the chariot unto me. And I prayed in faith and in sincerity, man. Because it's power in faith, and not even 30 seconds to a minute later, man, like out of the clouds, appeared like a chariot. And it's like I seen it for a split second, and it kind of vanished back into the clouds. That's just a prime example of that. There is power in faith, man, because I called on the Lord in faith and in sincerity, and on those true names, Yahweh Hashem Shah, and in these last days, man, when Jacob's trouble started kicking off, World War III, them making these jabs are these things mandatory. The mark of the beast, the RFID chip, when they start making these things mandatory, man, you're going to need to have that power, which is, through faith, man, and knowing those true names of Yahweh Hashem Shah. because you can call on the Lord, man, and He'll deliver you out of those things, man. Keep you hidden from those things, you know? All right. And the next precept I wanted to get is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 17. Salakia. Salakia. That's not the precept I wanted. 1 second. Let me find it real quick. But, just the point of this lesson overall, man, is there is power in faith, man. And there's power in knowing those names of Yahweh, Shemi Hawashah, man. And calling on those names in faith and in sincerity. All right. And this is the precept I wanted right here. This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 7. And it reads, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Man, and that's a powerful saying because there's truly power in faith, man. So if we are constantly walking by faith and not by sight, man, we are walking in power, man. Calling on those names, Yahweh, Hashem, Hawashah, and faith and sincerity. Being spiritual and not carnal, man. That is true power, man. Especially in this wicked behind world, man. That is power to resist and to overcome the things of this world, man. Constantly walking in faith, man, that's powerful and not by sight, because again, when all hell break loose, man, and these things start being pushed, Jacob's trouble, the mark of the beast, which is that RFID chip, World War III, them making certain things and policies and mandatory, walking by faith is what's going to give you power in that day to resist and withstand those things, man, and to escape those things, man. Because 2/3 of our people are going to be walking by sight and they're going to be led astray, and they're going to fall victim to those snares and traps that Esau is going to set, man, and are setting now. You see it with the the prick. I don't want to say too much, but 2/3. I just seen a video on YouTube the other day, and it said half the U.S. population has now been pricked. Those are people who walking by sight and not by faith, man. Because the true men of the Lord, man, we know we are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We know not to take these things and to succumb to these things, man, because we have the faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He's going to provide us with everything we need, and that is true power to know that, man, and to rely on that, All right. And I wanted to give one more precept. We're just coming out of the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 14. All right, and it reads, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?" All right, so the first part that says, "How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed, man? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard?" All right. Man, if you watching videos or you ever came across the sincere brothers on the street, on the highways and byways, man, it's no excuse not to know the Lord's true name, man. All right, because we give praises to Yahweh, which is the Father, which means He exists, and Yahweh Shah, which is the Son, which means He delivers at the beginning and at the end of every video and every lesson, man. All right, and at camp on the highways and byways, we give praises to the Lord before we open. If people come up, we tell them the name. As they walk past, we mention the name, so it's no excuse not to know the Lord's true name, man, All right, and it says, and how shall they hear without a preacher, man? All right, so the people are hearing the true name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Hawashah. All right, that is the name of the Lord. There's no excuse to still be calling on Jesus and Jesus and Allah and whatever else, man. People calling on Jehovah, Yahweh, all these things. All right, when the true name of the Lord is being spoken of, throughout the world, man. So there's no excuse. All right, going back to the top, it says, "How shall they call on him and whom they have not believed?" All right, and that's where that faith comes into play, man. And knowing that that is the true name of the Lord, man. Because you could trace the Hebrew, you could find out his name is not, JC, is not Jehovah, is not Yahweh, is not all these other things, man. All right, Yahweh Hashem Hawashah is that one true name, man. And its power calling on that name in faith and in sincerity, man. All right. So with that, I just want to say there's true power in faith, man. All right, and faith in the one true God, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the God of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And with that, I'm gonna say Shalom.